and welcome to Espresso with Saul. Today we're going to talk about the importance of testing out your gear. It shouldn't have to be said, but it really does bear repeating. But first, let's have a shot of espresso. Today, I believe I've got a number 9 grind for 9.8 seconds. That's due to the freshness of the beans on this batch that I've got. I've had to increase the size of the grind, and I've had to decrease the amount of time on the grind. That's looking good. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy this. Here we go. Yeah, not a lot of excitement at the start of this video, at least for you guys, but it is for me. Check this out. Look at that. Isn't that a fantastic looking shot? Man. All right. Oh, that's fantastic. Really good. Okay, let's get back to the video now. I've got in front of me a few things here that should make my point. For starters, you've already seen this in a couple videos. This is my Fusion Custom in 10mm. It's got a 6-inch barrel. Really cool firearm. But I have not carried it. I haven't used it. I've only just begun really testing it, even though I've had this for 6 months, maybe a little bit longer. You know, I just recently joined a local range here close by. Finally got into the membership and have been able to go down and test this out and run it through its paces. Sure, I've taken it and fired it a few times, but I've since picked up some magazines for it. And you know, every time you pick up a new magazine for a firearm, you have to make sure it's going to work. Every once in a while, you're going to have a bad one. Well, I've got 5 or 6 magazines for it now, and I wanted to test each one out individually. Now, I'm using Winchester 180 grain white box full metal jackets, just a standard basic load to test these out. What I found is every single magazine except one was getting stovepipe jams constantly, at least once per magazine. Well, I can't carry a firearm that does that. Well, why is that? I called up Fusion. And of course, when it comes to custom firearms, you know, they can be a little bit picky. You need to get them tuned properly. And evidently, they sell a 4-pack of springs for these. I believe, don't quote me, but I believe it's 16 pounds, 18 pounds, 20 pounds, and 22 pound springs for these. The one spring that I'm using is not working correctly. I had to order the 4-pack, and the next thing I'm going to have to do is go out and I'm going to have to test the springs. They told me to start off with 20 and then go at it from there. We have much more work to do with that. Now, moving on, you know, I have this kind of a cheap Dynamo hand crank solar powered radio flashlight here. You know, Paul and I picked these up, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, a long time ago. We've had these lying around, and you know, I never have used them. Didn't even really, this was pretty much new in the box. So I took it out and I thought, well, you know, I need to see if this is going to work. As soon as I started using the hand crank on the Dynamo, it broke. This isn't actually doing anything. Now, I will tell you, yes, it will work if you put the 2 AA batteries in it. But No dynamo, nothing. Does the solar power work? I'm not sure. I don't really care. I ended up ordering another one online, and this one I've at least been trying out. Now, this one I got from a place called Ready Hour, and this is not a commercial. I simply made an order from them. They don't know me from Adam. As soon as I took it out of the box, it felt like it was a little bit better put together. It's still plastic, but just seems like it's pretty solid. The flashlight works. The radio works. And the other neat thing about this one that this piece of trash didn't do is it supposedly lets you use the dynamo to charge your phone. Well, you heard that. That works also. Huh, that's kind of cool. That's good to test it out and make sure it's going to work when you need it the most. Unlike these, which you saw in the last video, or was that 2 videos ago? You know, I actually had these wrapped around a couple different firearms because they had red dots on them inside my gun safe. And we found that even though they recommend maybe doubling these up, that isn't enough. You need at least 3 of these bags in order to make them work. Well, when I was ordering from Ready Hour here, I saw that they also had some Faraday bags. This was a waterproof Faraday bag, and it was only about $40. So I thought, well, let's try it out. There is one other place that I've seen these type of waterproof Faraday bags, and that was at a website called Go Dark. I have not tested out their bags, but I believe that's where I purchased the rifle bag and the duffel bag from that you've seen in previous videos. And so they seem to have pretty solid stuff, but I don't want to test the same stuff over and over again. Plus, I believe this is $40 and the Go Dark bags are like $80. Hey, I might as well try them out and see if this works. What the instructions say on this bag is after you put your equipment in it, they want you to fold it up a minimum of 4 times is what they recommend. So 4 rolls should do it. Well, I'm only going to start off with one roll and we'll see how well it works. Got my wife's phone. Let's make sure that it's working. Hey, check that out. Okay. So inside the bag goes her phone. Now let's do one fold. Just one easy peasy fold there. See if that's going to work. All right. Phone in the bag. Try it out. Hey, check that out. One fold worked. Now, I am going to tell you, I did test this out before the video. And one fold has worked one other time, and one fold has worked or didn't work the second time. So I would still go with the recommend at least 1 or at least 2, if not 3 or 4 folds. And you should be good to go, at least to be anonymous. Once again, don't really know how to test for a full-on EMP, but maybe some of you out there are clever enough to tell me how to do that. And if we can, well, we've got more videos to make then, don't we? Please, when you buy stuff, take it out, try it out, test it out, make sure that you can count on it when your time of need arises. Thank you for watching my video, and take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.